Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the English Compass podcast. I'm Olivia, and I am so glad you're here.
And I'm Nate. And today we are going to expose a secret. We are going to talk about why native English speakers are, to be honest, kind of liars.
Nate, that's a bit strong, don't you think? We aren't liars, we're just indirectly polite. It's a cultural thing. We want everyone to feel good.
Exactly. But for someone learning English, indirectly polite feels like a lie. Think about it. Have you ever had a friend say, "Hey, we should totally grab coffee sometime," and then you never hear from them again?
Oh, I've been on both sides of that. I've said it and I've had it said to me.
Right. And if you're a learner, you might go home, check your calendar, and wait for the text message. You think, when are we getting coffee? Monday? Tuesday? But the text never comes. You start to think, did I do something wrong? Does Nate hate me?
No, Nate doesn't hate you. He was just being English polite. Today, we are going to decode this secret social code. We're going to give you the phrases that mean something completely different than what the dictionary says.
If you've ever felt confused by your English speaking friends, this episode is your survival guide. We're going to help you understand what people actually mean so you never feel awkward again.
Let's start with the most famous one. Nate, if I see you at the supermarket and we haven't talked in a year, and I say, we should grab coffee sometime, what am I actually saying?
Usually you are saying, "It was nice to see you for 30 seconds, and now I'm going to walk away, and I probably won't call you."
It sounds so mean when you say it like that, but it's true. In English, we should grab coffee or we should do lunch is often just a friendly way to say goodbye.
So, how does a learner know if it's a real invitation or a polite lie?
Here's the secret. Look for a date. If they say, we should get coffee sometime, polite lie. If they say, are you free next Tuesday for coffee? Real invitation.
That is a huge tip. If there's no time or day mentioned, don't wait by the phone. Just smile, say, "Yeah, sounds good," and keep walking.
I remember a student of mine. Her name was Maria. She moved to London. Her neighbor said, you must come over for dinner soon. Maria was so excited. She stayed home every night for a week waiting for the invite. She even bought a bottle of wine to bring with her.
Oh, poor Maria. That wine is going to get dusty.
I had to explain to her that you must come over soon is just a way of saying, I think you're a nice neighbor. It's not a dinner reservation. It's like a verbal hug.
Okay, let's talk about the word interesting. This is a dangerous word in English.
It really is. In many languages, interesting means something is good or it caught your attention in a positive way. But in English, we use it as a shield.
Imagine I show you a painting I made. I spent 10 hours on it, but to be honest, it's a very ugly painting. It's just colors splashed everywhere. Olivia, what do you say to me?
I don't want to hurt your feelings, so I look at it and say, wow, Nate, that's interesting.
And in my head, I'm thinking, she likes it. She thinks it's interesting. But what you actually mean is, I don't like this or I don't understand this, but I am too polite to say it's bad.
Exactly. Let's try another one. Nate, imagine I cook a meal for you. It's a new recipe. Maybe I used too much salt and some strange spices. You take a bite. What do you say?
I'd probably say, it's a very unique flavor.
Unique is another one. Unique or different is English code for I would never eat this again, but I appreciate that you cooked for me.
Different is the cousin of interesting. If you try on a new dress and your friend says, "Oh, it's different," go back to the dressing room, change your clothes. They do not like it.
Let's move to something more practical. This is about time. Nate, what does it mean when a friend texts you and says, I'm 5 minutes away?
It means, I am just putting on my shoes and I haven't left my house yet.
Or, I'm almost there.
I'm almost there is the universal English lie for I'm going to be 15 minutes late.
Why do we do this, Nate? Why don't we just say, I'm late, sorry?
Because we want the other person to feel better right now. We think if we say I'm almost there, the other person won't be as angry. But of course, they get more angry when we don't show up for another 20 minutes.
Here's a story. I once had a meeting with a friend at a cafe. She texted me, I'm pulling into the parking lot now.
Oh, she was close.
That's what I thought. But 20 minutes later, she wasn't there. When she finally arrived, I asked, what happened? She said, oh, I was actually just getting into my car when I texted you.
She wasn't even in the parking lot. She was in her driveway.
Exactly. So for our learners, if a native speaker says, I'm almost there, you can safely assume you have time to watch a YouTube video or check your emails. Don't stand outside in the rain waiting.
This is a big one. Have you ever been talking to a native speaker at a party and you're having a great conversation and suddenly they say, anyway, I'll let you go?
This one confuses so many people because I'll let you go sounds like I'm the one who is busy. It sounds like they are doing me a favor.
Right. It sounds like, oh, Olivia, you must be so busy. I will let you go now so you can do your important things. But the truth is, they want to go.
Yes, I'll let you go actually means I'm tired of talking, or I want to go get a snack, or I see someone else I want to talk to.
It is the most polite way to end a conversation in the history of the world. It puts the power on the other person so they don't feel rejected.
If someone says this to you, don't say, oh no, I'm not busy, I can talk for another hour.
No, please don't do that. If they say, I'll let you go, the correct response is, oh, thanks. It was great chatting with you. Have a good one.
And then you both walk away happy. No one's feelings are hurt.
Okay, let's go into the office. Business English is full of these polite lies because you have to be professional even when you are annoyed.
Oh, this is a gold mine. Nate, what does a boss mean when they say, I'll keep that in mind?
That's a classic. If you give an idea in a meeting and the boss says, I'll keep that in mind, it usually means, I am never going to think about your idea again, but thank you for participating.
It's a polite way of saying no. What about, let's circle back to that later?
Circle back is my favorite corporate lie. It means, I don't want to talk about this right now because it's difficult or boring, so let's talk about something else and hope you forget you asked.
It's true. If you hear let's circle back, it means the conversation is over for today.
And what about with all due respect?
Oh, this is the most dangerous one in the office. If a colleague starts a sentence with all due respect, prepare yourself. They are about to tell you why your idea is completely wrong.
It actually means, I have zero respect for what you just said, but I am wearing a suit, so I have to be polite. We have to talk about the word fine.
Oh boy, fine is the most complicated word in the English language. It's the final boss of English learning.
If you ask a native speaker, how are you, and they say, I'm fine, what does it mean?
It depends 100% on the tone of voice. If they say, I'm fine, high pitch, smiling, they are actually okay. If they say, I'm fine, short, flat, no eye contact, they are definitely not okay.
Fine is often a stop sign. It means I'm angry or sad, but I don't want to talk to you about it right now.
I have a story about this. I was working with a colleague and I made a small mistake on a report. I asked him, is it okay that I changed the date? And he just said, it's fine.
Uh-oh, did you change it back?
I didn't because I took the word literally, but then for the rest of the day, he didn't talk to me. I realized that it's fine actually meant I am very annoyed that you changed my work without asking me.
So, for our learners, if someone says it's fine and they look unhappy, it's a good idea to say, "Are you sure? I can change it back if you want." It shows you're listening to their feelings, not just their words.
Nate, why do we do this? Why do we make English so difficult for learners? Why can't we just say, "I'm late," or "I don't like your painting," or "I don't want to get coffee"?
It's about something called saving face. In many English-speaking cultures, directness is seen as aggressive or blunt. If I tell you the truth directly, I feel like I'm attacking you.
It's a way to keep the peace. We use these phrases as cushions. A cushion is a soft pillow, right? These phrases make the hard truth feel softer.
But the problem is, if you're not a native speaker, you don't see the cushion. You just see the words. You think the words are the truth.
Exactly, and that leads to misunderstandings. A learner might think a native speaker is being their best friend when the native speaker is actually just being polite.
Okay, Olivia, let's do a quick fire round to give the listeners a lot of value. I'll say the polite lie, and you give me the real meaning. Ready?
Ready.
Polite lie number 1. I might stop by later.
Real meaning, I am 90% sure I am staying home on my couch, but I want to keep the option open just in case I get bored.
Polite lie number 2. No, honestly, it's fine.
Real meaning, it is not fine, but I want to stop talking about it so I can go be angry in private.
Polite lie number 3. I'm not sure if I can make it.
Real meaning, I am 100% not coming to your party, but I don't want to hurt your feelings by saying no right now.
Polite lie number 4. That's a good question.
Real meaning, I don't know the answer and I am using this sentence to give myself 5 seconds to think of something to say.
I use that one all the time in meetings. That's a great question. Let me think.
So, listeners, after hearing all this, you might feel like you can't trust anything a native speaker says.
Don't worry, you can trust us, and you can trust the feeling of the conversation.
My advice is this: pay attention to context. If someone says we should get coffee, but they are running toward a bus, it's a polite goodbye. If they say it while they have their phone out, it's real.
And don't be afraid to ask for clarity. You can say, just to be sure, should I wait for your text about coffee, or are you just being friendly?
Most native speakers will laugh and tell you the truth if you ask it like that. It shows you understand the culture.
We hope this episode helps you feel more confident. Remember, you're not just learning a language, you're learning how to navigate human emotions.
And we are here to guide you every step of the way.
Thanks for listening to the English Compass podcast. We believe in you.
Don't forget to subscribe and share this with your friends.
Take care, everyone.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.